Hi guys, my name's Jason. I'm your watch guy today. So I kind of want to get into this one as quickly as possible. Today I am going to review Haiqin's skeleton chronograph. Now, a little bit of a story time before I get into that. So, if you've watched the channel for a good while, I say a good while, a few months, you'll know that I sort of got my manager into watches after lockdown. He went out and bought a Omega Speedmaster, his very first watch, which, yeah, that was absolutely crazy. But he's recently started building a collection, and he decided that he wanted one of these watches off AliExpress. Obviously, he watches me review these all the time, and he picked one out for himself, and he wanted this Haiqin. So I said to him, look, I'll contact the brand, I'll ask for a little bit of a discount, see if they fancy letting me have it for a review. After that, you just pay me back for it. And yeah, we came to that agreement. He was happy to do that. Haiqin were happy to give me a really generous, and I want to make that very clear, very generous discount. I am grateful for that because it's enabled me to get this watch onto the channel. And, it helps stay out too. But I always like to make clear that a discount or free watch will not get you a good review. It just won't. The only way to get a good review is building a good watch. I like to think that this channel is based on honest reviews, and therefore that is why I'm going to give this Haiqin. Now, if for some reason after this review you would like to purchase this Haiqin, I did promise them that I would put my affiliate link in the description to their store. So that's in the description. If you would like to purchase this, go right ahead, but wait until the end of this review. Right, let's get this turned around. Let's get into this review. So guys, this is the Haiqin skeleton chronograph. And again, it hurts me to say that word, chronograph. Now, let me get into the dimensions of this watch. It is quite a wearable piece. It's on the upper side of what I would consider to wear myself, but I do have quite thin wrists. So it is 42 millimeters in diameter. It is 13.2 millimeters thick. 49 millimeters lug to lug, and the lugs are 20 millimeters. Packed into the back of this one is the Hangzhou 2196. I could not for the life of me find information on that movement. If you know anything about it, please do inform me. Now, Haiqin have this listed as a stainless steel casing, high polish on the sides of this one, and a slight level of brushing on the lugs. Brushed bezel, which is a fixed bezel with this tachymeter display on it. We have quite bold crown guards over to the side here, which engulf the crown. This is an unsigned pull and push crown. Now, it has 2 levels on it. I don't quite know what the first level is for, but the second one is obviously to set the time. And this is actually a hacking movement, which is a point for the Haiqin. Click that back in there. So we have 2 pushes either side of it. You would think that being a chronograph watch, this is for a chronograph movement. However, this is not a... Oh, has that watch just stopped? That's just stopped, hasn't it? Okay, hacks. Yeah, it stopped. What was that about? Okay, let's move on from that. So we have 2 pushes either side. You'd think that would be for the chronograph function, but unfortunately this watch does not have a chronograph function. This will change the indicators on the inside of the dial. Yep, for the date, basically. They will tick around as if they are a date function also. We have a display screw down case back on this one. Usual markings on the outside, water resistance, automatic, AL8827, stainless steel. That is actually quite a decorative movement. It is a nice piece to look at. However, I couldn't tell you how accurate or functional the movement is because I couldn't find anything on it. It also says water resistance on the back of that case back. It doesn't say anything about the actual water resistance. That again we will get onto very shortly. So this is packed with a hardlex crystal. It is a flat hardlex crystal, and they are very clear about that in their advertisement. They don't bill this as sapphire, so fair enough to them. We have a skeletonized blue dial. It has really nicely accented subdials. The yellow and red stand out in person. The blue kind of just fades into the dial. I would have liked that to be a different colour, maybe a white, something like that, so you could actually see the date function on there. We have a minute track printed in white surrounding this dial. The hour indices are marked by small loom dots. We have a double marker at the 12 o'clock. We have a pencil style handset. The minute hand reaches straight to the edge of the minute markers, a shorter hour hand, and we have a really nice arrow tip second hand. That arrow tip second hand is accented nicely in red. Now, as we move on to this bracelet, the bracelet is stainless steel. It's very conformative, to be fair. Instead of being an oyster type of link where it's attached, it has this double link at the side and singular link in the center that conforms itself to your wrist shape, and that does give a more comfortable fit to your wrist, so I will give that as a point in favour to Haiqin. We also have female end links. However, the end links do sort of protrude the case a little bit. The female end links will help with this conforming to your wrist, especially with it being that 49mm size where it's kind of getting to the other end of the spectrum. We have a butterfly clasp on this one, and the pins in these links are split pins. Very simple to take them out and fit this one to wrist. Now, this is probably the quickest review that I've done, and I'd love to leave it here and say to you, thank you very much, Haiqin, for the discount, and I'd love to work with you again. I mean, those statements are very true. Thank you very much for the discount. I do appreciate it. And I would like to work with you again. I would like to see some other models from you, especially your GMT and whatever else you have to offer to follow this up with. And that's because I think you're going to need a second chance. Because this one just isn't the one, guys. It really isn't. I don't really have a couple of moans for this one. I have an entire segment. Half of this video is probably going to be related to the moans of this watch. So let me get started. The watch doesn't make sense at all. It just doesn't make sense. So we have these pushers over here which seem to have screw down locks, but they're not. They're just there for show. It's really annoying. Really, really annoying. This is not a chronograph watch. It has this second hand ticking around here that you would imagine to be the chronograph hand. It is not, it's just a second hand. And then here at the 6 o'clock sub dial, we also have, yeah, you guessed it, a second hand. But yeah. Now I've seen this on watches before, and usually I'll mention it in the review and I'll let it slide if the watch is really well built and well, thought out. This one just isn't. Moving on from that, the dial is not really legible in any way, shape or form. The minute and hour hands kind of just fall into the dial. You can never really see them when you want to read the time, which is the main function of a watch. As well as that, as we move on to the dial, I mean, yeah, it's a nice dial. People do love a skeletonized watch. It's a nice thing to look at usually. But why have you stuck random little fake gems on the top of the dial? What's that about? What function does that fulfill? That's just a bit tacky to me. Moving on from that, how do I know what this watch is? Tell me. Tell me what it is. Well, if you didn't have the box, you didn't know where you'd bought it from, what would you think it was? Because there's no logo. There's no logo on the crown. There's no logo on the clasp. Even when you move to the case back, what's that? A model number. AL8827. I don't even know how that relates. I don't know what that relates to. That wasn't in the advertisement. As well as that, as we stick to the case back, water resistant or water resistance. Water resistance what? What water resistance is it? I mean, usually you'll have on the back of a case water resistant 30 meters, water resistant 50 meters. I don't care what it is, just tell me. If you're going to put that on there, tell me. Not just water resistance. Water resistance what? So I looked into the water resistance, and the first thing that I found on the page was that this is 30 meters water resistant. And then the second thing I found on the page is that this is 50 meters water resistant. Now they're not really a big difference. They're around the same type of effectiveness. So why can't you just stick to one? It makes no sense when you're looking to buy this watch. It comes up as a big red flag to me. As well as that, this tachymeter, that's just there for show, isn't it? There's no point to that. You haven't got a chronograph. It's not going to work. As well as that, as you look to that 60 at the 12 o'clock, that is misaligned from those loom pips, which, again, I'll get to them. As well as that, the dimension of this watch is completely different to what it's listed as. Again, look at what you're selling and pay attention to. That's the least I expect from you as a retailer. Now, also, this bracelet is very tinny. To be fair, the best part about the watch is probably the bracelet. It really is, which is unfortunate because it's sharp and it's tinny. And the biggest thing that, now I can't prove this, right? It's not actually my watch, is it? It's going to be Steve's, and he's going to absolutely love this video. But this is actually Steve's watch. And I have a suspicion that this isn't stainless steel. It feels very chrome. It feels like it's chrome plated. If that's true, that's probably the biggest letdown this watch has. It does feel like it's chrome. I can't confirm or deny that, but in my personal opinion, it's chrome plated. It's not stainless steel. It's not 316L. It's tin. It's tin. Now these are priced around, I think it's around £50, something like that. I'll insert the exact price just here for you. I didn't want to go back onto the website because, well, I didn't want to go back onto their listing because it genuinely annoyed me every time I looked at it. I found a new error, and it's so simple to sell an item online. Just list it correctly and people will buy it or they won't buy it, but at the very least you need to list them as what they are. So would I pay £50 for this? No. Would I pay £40 for it? No. After the discount that Haiqin actually offered me, I ended up paying, I think it was £25. Yeah, that's where that sits. At £25, 25, 30 quid, I think this is, it's a bit of fun. When you start charging that much for it, it's becoming a bit of a, I can't swear in these videos, it's becoming very hard, but it's becoming a bit of a joke. So yeah, that's my opinion on this one. So guys, as you may have noticed, I don't like making these videos. I don't like it when I have to lay into a watch. It's not really my type of video to make. I like getting excited about watches. I like seeing things I haven't seen before, and I like seeing quality made watches or watches that punch way above their price station. This is none of them. And a note to Haiqin, I'm sure you will watch this. I have faith, because genuinely the best thing that you're doing at the moment is your marketing. You're contacting reviewers, I've seen that. You're trying to get your product out onto the market and you're trying to get it in front of people. Your marketing is the best part of your company at the minute. So if you are watching this, please don't take this as me just being very negative about your product. I'm not. Well, I am. But I would like to give the brand a second chance. I've seen other models on your page. I've seen the GMT that you offer. That looks quite nice. There's other pieces that you offer that I think probably would be nice pieces to have in a collection. So please get back in touch, send something else in, and let me give you a second chance. Because this has left a very sour taste in my mouth as a reviewer. And the only reason that I've put my affiliate link in the description is I don't think anyone's going to buy this. I don't want you to buy this. Please do not. It's not worth the money. But I've promised that I'd put it there, so it's there. So guys, I'm going to wrap this one up. Thank you for watching. I hope this one didn't come across too negatively. I hope you take this for what it is. And I hope Haiqin come back with a better product. I really do. So yeah, thanks for watching guys. I'll see you in the next one.